Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of The Hitman's Bodyguard. Let's do it. The Hitman's Bodyguard is an action comedy film starring Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, Penelope Cruz, Gary Oldman, Richard E. Grant, and Elodie Yung, and is directed by Patrick Hughes. The world's top bodyguard gets a new client, a hitman who must testify against a Belarussian dictator at the International Court of Justice. They must put their differences aside and work together to make it to the trial on time. Church on time! Sorry. So when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I thought it looked pretty silly, but one thing the trailer did that I absolutely loved was they used Whitney Houston's cover of I Will Always Love You in the trailer because Bodyguard, and I thought that was hilarious enough that it made me curious to see the movie. Now, to be honest, I thought I was going to really dislike this film. I didn't. I didn't particularly love it either, but I didn't hate it. That's something. Ryan Reynolds and Sam Jackson are awesome together. They're both really funny, they have great chemistry in the movie, and it's fun to watch these two dudes who really don't like each other just having to work together, and their mutual frustration is really funny. Granted, they're both pretty much playing themselves, but that's fine, I like them both. Penelope Cruz does a good job, although she's kind of playing a female Sam Jackson. You'll see what I mean if you see the movie. Gary Oldman's great. Gary Oldman's always great. He's Gary freaking Oldman, but he's barely in the movie. I don't know why they bothered with him. I don't really get it. There's some good, quippy, funny dialogue. Ryan Reynolds is his sardonic Ryan Reynolds, and Sam Jackson really likes saying mother a lot. More on that later. The movie has a pretty good soundtrack. Unfortunately, it uses it really poorly. There are a lot of what I'm calling, for lack of a better term, musical fake-outs. What I mean by that is a character will go into a reverie and they're telling a story and we see a flashback and they're playing the Foreigner song, I wanna know what love is, I want you to show, and it's this romanticized scene and everything. But then we get a smash cut of another character going what the are you talking about? And the first couple times it's really funny, and then it gets really old, and it just, it's about to happen, it telegraphs the joke, and it kills the joke. Also, the movie uses music a little bit too much. It kind of starts feeling like Suicide Squad a little bit there, and it's a bit overdone. Now, I want to talk about profanity. I am not offended by profanity. I swear more than I probably should. But with this movie, it's ridiculous. Insane. Let me give you an example off the top of my head. You motherfucking sucker motherfucker. What the is your problem? Why the would you do that stupid you dumb licking son of a whore? Jeez. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not that much. It really came to the point where it felt like they were forcing swearing into the script, which at that point, really? Why? There are some cool action set pieces. There were a few that were very exciting and genuinely cool and interesting. There's a chase in the third act of the movie though that just goes on and on and on and on. The movie's 2 hours. It easily could have been 90 minutes. It did not need to be 2 hours. One of the other final action scenes is super over the top and not in a good way and kind of a goofy but not funny way. I don't know if this was something the director chose to do or if it was the cinematographer. I don't know who made the call, but the film uses this kind of slightly soft focus, which already doesn't work for a hyperkinetic action flick. But the soft focus kind of causes a horizontal halo effect, almost like a lens flare, and it happens a lot and it gets really distracting. Now there's a scene at the end, and I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to give anything away, but something happens to the bad guy, that's all I'll say. And it's I don't know if it was purposefully referencing this other movie that you know from the 80s, but they do the same kind of thing, and it looks exactly like it did in that 80s movie, but it's 30 years later, and it should really look a lot better. It looked bad. Now, maybe it was a reference, maybe it was a joke, I don't know, but I don't know, it really took me out of the moment. Now, I mentioned the soundtrack earlier, and I gotta say, I feel a little bit ripped off. They didn't use the Whitney Houston song, I Will Always Love You. Yes, I know it's a Dolly Parton song, but you know what I'm saying. They didn't use it in the movie. It was so good in the trailer. It's what made me want to see the movie. And then they didn't use it in the movie. Talk about a wasted opportunity. So all in all, The Hitman's Bodyguard, it's by no means terrible, but it's not very good, and I gotta say, it's pretty forgettable. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to think of what I'm gonna give The Hitman's Bodyguard, and I think I'm gonna give The Hitman's Bodyguard a... won't. Ouch. out of 10. But now I want to know, what did you think? Have you seen The Hitman's Bodyguard? What did you think about it? What's your favorite Ryan Reynolds movie? What's your favorite Sam Jackson movie? What is your favorite instance of Sam Jackson saying mother? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below and let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. It totally helps me to build this channel. If you'd like to subscribe to this channel, you can do so by clicking the Courtshake logo at the bottom right of your screen. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
What do you mean I gotta give 2 weeks notice? What? You freaking no good mother. Jeez. No, not you. I'm just talking to my oven.